just hanging out at the concrete convention for heavy
rock
metal.
and roll flea market here. We're having a great time.
The panel this year, we try to focus on artist development. We realize as a genre, we have to look towards the future. If we don't, we're going to wind up being a dinosaur. There were some good panels on management, on marketing. There were some excellent panels on pay-for-play, which is a real hot issue here in Los Angeles, where bands have to pay money to actually play in a club. A lot of good things were aired, and I think people learned stuff and got to get some things off their chest.
I just walked out of a management panel called Management Can't Live With Them, Can't Shoot Them.
Besides panels and exhibits, the convention included band showcases. The music spanned the spectrum of metal with the hard-edge rock of Steve Jones, the psychic trance of the Seattle band Soundgarden, and every music critic and musician's favorite band, Faith No More. It also marked a few firsts. Suicidal Tendencies played their home turf for the first time in 4 years, finding a way around a performance ban imposed on them by LA officials.
You know, it gave people a chance to see us. You know, I guess the important people a chance to see us that wouldn't have had a chance to see us, and if we ever do get to play out here, they probably wouldn't go because they'd be too scared to.
Another first was seeing King Diamond sitting next to Michael Sweet of Stryper at the artist panel, where current Bangle Vicky Peterson fielded questions, along with former Pistol Steve Jones. It was also the first public appearance of the new Mrs. Holmes.
All right, I've got this thing sitting in front of me. It says, Lita Ford weds lost act singer Leash's lunatic. All right, that says it right there. I married a lunatic. But he like a beast, so it's good. Next question.
Just what were the memorable moments of Foundation's Forum 89?
Well, hanging out with Lemmy is pretty interesting. He's always got me laughing there.
There's not many girls at this sort of music gig. You know. I like to go where there's lots of short skirts. I'm a real chauvinist bastard myself.
I've been out here eating and playing basketball and going to shows.
What's the highlight of the convention?
That was the highlight of the convention.
We sat one day on the airplane, and there's a little map on one of the coffee tables, and we were just sitting there going, okay, we've played here, and then we realized that we'd actually, by the time the tour was over, had booked gigs in about 47 or 48 of the states. So we said, why aren't we actually going to play all 50? And then I talked to Cliff and Peter, our managers. They said the reason that no one plays Vermont and Delaware is because there are no arenas there. Well, that's not a good enough reason to keep Metallica out, so book some club gigs there. So they went out and they found 2 clubs, and we went in and played a small hole in, well, I shouldn't say, a small nice club in Delaware. And that was great. No set list, no nothing. We just made it up as we went along and played like a smallest theater up in Vermont. So now we can say that on this tour we've actually played all 50 states in this country, which is great. We played all the Montanas and Boise's and Wyoming's, which a lot of bands don't do. We went up to Alaska and played up there, which is great. So we've covered 50 states, we've covered 22 countries. I know all these numbers up here. I'm very proud of them. So we've covered all 50 states, we've covered 22 countries, and when the tour is over in Brazil next week, we will have played 251 shows on this tour over 17 months. So I think that that's quite a good one. I don't know if that interests Guinness or not, but at least it should be up there. I know it's more than Def Leppard played on their tour last year, and that's a personal thing.
We just went in and did it. I mean, we believed in the material, and we believe in the band, just like we did on the first one. So we went in and did it, and we're hoping for the best.
I mean, it goes with the same thing before, you know, just moving up a little step, you know, you change certain things so that, you know, you have to move up. Like, you have different directions of songs or your image, or we're just going out the way we are this time, you know, like not worried about a lot like image or, you know, there's more musical ends on this album. And the pressure, there really wasn't that much pressure because it was being worked on the whole time through the whole tour. And that's the Britny Fox, and we got our fans, and we love our fans, and they'll always be there with us. And, you know, we'll be right there
That's
with
you
them.
guys.
You know?
Thanks a lot, man.
Well, he was in this band, Nirvana.
By the record.
They're an amazing Seattle band, and we were huge fans of theirs. And simultaneously, at the time that our bass player quit, he left Nirvana, so we asked him if he wanted to check it out. He was already a big fan. He learned all of our recorded songs in a few weeks, and when we chose him, all we had to do was just go play. It's really easy.
Hello everybody, this is Lemmy from Motorhead. And I'd like you to watch the Headbangers ball because I'm on it, okay? Otherwise you'll miss me. Wouldn't that be a drag? Whoop whoop.
And you will see and hear more from Lemmy in this, the third and final hour of the Headbangers Ball. Now, if you missed it before, you've got another chance tonight to find out about a shocking Halloween proposition for you. Also be on guard for Dirty Looks, Vain, Tora Tora, and 2 debuts from Mordred and Damien. Plus, you'll see more behind-the-scenes footage of Concrete's Foundations Forum with Bonham and Steve Jones. Now, on the final night of the convention, Alice Cooper shocked the crowd with a public execution of Megadeth lead singer Dave Mustaine. That's right, in the tradition of his classic stage theatrics, the horror master of metal staged a mock electrocution.
After the Yugoslav tour, and we had to miss 2 shows off the end of it. And then I did about 5 interviews for 5 magazines, and they went all round. And then we did 10 days in Germany and Austria, and nothing came on stage. So I'd like to think it was because of what I said, but you never know. It could have been a coincidence anyway, you know.
On the All-Star Artist panel, Lita Ford said she was going to hang out with Lemmy later on and write a couple of tunes for her next album. But what about Motorhead? When will they release a new album?
Been off the road for a while because we're suing everybody, but now we're writing songs for the new album when I get back.
So we pop by and explain why I have this. I have a broken, what's it called?
Big truck coming and bit his hand.
No, big, what's it called? Broken.
Oh, what was that bone called again?
What was that bone called? What's this bone called here?
This one here.
She has no idea. She was a nurse for 6 years before she did this. No, I can't think of it now. It's too technical a name. But yes, I broke this bone in my hand while I was partying with some fans in Florida. They had a big 4x4 truck, and they let me drive it. Unfortunately, they let me drive it. So we went up this hillside, and I failed the first time.
And he failed the second time, but the third time
I failed even. I got over the hill, but I failed by breaking my hand.
Broke one bone though. One bone over the hill. Really good.
Yeah, well, the steering wheel snatched in my hand and broke my. I can't think of the name now. We're going to show you X-rays probably at a later date. I did it.
Actually, I was at the MTV. What was that thing last week? The MTV Video Award, and I was at a party, and then 2 guys come up to me, and they got on either side of me, and all these you was there. You took the picture. And all these paparazzis just capture me, man. With these 2 guys on either side of that. And the camera's going.
At least they didn't do the stomach dance on you.
One of them, he had my record, and he was naming, off some of the songs, and he said he really dug it. So, I thought that was pretty cool. I like them now.